Welcome to the Personal Perseverance Project. My name is David Atkins, retired New York State Trooper, $1 Million direct sales international business earner, author, and keynote motivational speaker, where each week I come here to help you break through your excuses so you can live a life up to your fullest potential. Let the project begin.
That is my mindset. I operate on a level of excellence, and you guys need to wake up every single day, and you need to operate on a level of excellence and create your masterpiece.
What's up, guys, and welcome to another edition of the Personal Perseverance Project podcast. I know that's a mouthful, but it is personal to me that you have perseverance, and life is like a project, right? It's always up, it's down. We're always navigating the journey of life. And this week's message, I really don't want to go on too long and take too much of your time, but it's really about finding the gratitude in all areas of your life. Because this week, for our people here in the United States of America and the USA, it is Thanksgiving week. I want to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving this coming week. But the focus of Thanksgiving, which is the topic of today's podcast, is to give thanks. To give thanks for the things that you have, to give thanks for the things that maybe you can look forward to that are coming down the pipeline, or maybe to give thanks of some of the trials and tribulations that you've been through in the past. And that's really what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about finding gratitude in the present moment, finding gratitude from things that maybe have happened this past year. And the third is finding gratitude of the opportunities of the things that are in the future. But I think the most common one I want to start with is just finding gratitude, giving thanks for being alive on this earth, for giving thanks that no matter what you're going through right now, to understand that you have breath, you have fresh air, you are alive, and that's something to be thankful for. If you have a roof over your head, it's something to be thankful for. If you have food in your refrigerator, it's something to be thankful for. If you have family that you are going to be with this Thursday on Thanksgiving, that's something to be thankful for. If you have heat to keep you warm as we head in these fall and winter months, it's something to be thankful for. If you have a car that gets you from point A to point B, doesn't matter the type of car, but if you have means of transportation, it's something to be thankful for. If you are somebody that has to walk to work and you have two legs that allow you to do that, your body allows you to do that, it's something to be thankful for. I will tell you, giving thanks and finding gratitude is something that I work on every single day. They say that you can't be angry and depressed and mad, studies show, if you can find gratitude in the moment. And every single morning, I always start my day, not only with prayer, but just to give thanks to God for the couch that I'm sitting on in the morning, or the blanket that's sitting over my lap when I meditate, which I often do, or the books that I can read, or the home that I have, or the windows in my house that I can look at out into the woods in the area where we live. Like, I try to find gratitude in the simplest things, because so often in life, we focus on the things that we don't have instead of focusing on finding gratitude in the things that we do have. We spend far too much time comparing ourselves to others, or far too much time saying, if only if I had this, if only if I had that. And the fact is, it's about finding gratitude in the journey, in the present moment with your life. Which kind of leads me into this next point. On Thursday, can you all do me a favor? When you're with family and you're with friends, can you be where your feet are, please? Can you be where your feet are? Do not be on your phones. How about you actually leave your phone in the car, or actually leave it in your coat pocket in the bedroom? I know for us, we put our coats in a bedroom. You put it in a coat pocket and you just be. You have conversation, because I think so often life, literally the world in life, is passing you by in front of you in your eyesight, because our heads are buried in our devices. So this Thursday, give thanks with be around the people that you're around, family and friends that you'd be around for most of us. And if you're somebody that says, David, I'm alone on Thanksgiving, well, then you know what? I recommend to go in the simplest forms and be thankful for what you have in your life. And now don't focus on what you don't have. Rent a good movie, get some good food, get some takeout, get comfortable, wear pajamas all day, watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in the morning. Fun fact, here's a fun fact. I was in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade many times growing up. My mother was an executive in Macy's in New York. She worked in New York City. She worked in Long Island. And I had the privilege of not only being on some of the floats. I was a clown in my younger years. I even got to pull some of those gigantic balloons. I did Big Bird. I did Spider-Man. But those were great years. We would get up early in the morning. And I'm just finding, wow, how grateful I am to have those experiences. We'd get up early in the morning and we'd have to get on a coach bus at the local Macy's to where we lived. And they would take us into Macy's early in the morning, and we'd go to Macy's in Herald Square, and we'd have to get our costumes on. And then from there, we would get shuttled and bused to where the start line is. And then we'd be waiting with our floats. And it was just an unbelievable time. Exhausting day, but I look back and I give thanks for that. So, again, if you are by yourself, find something that fills your cup to do. Give yourself some grace. But for everybody else that are mostly going to be with friends and family, be where your feet are and don't let life pass you by. All right? I also want to give thanks and have you think about and reflect on what has happened in the past 12 months. And that is even trying to find the gratitude and if in something that maybe didn't work out the way you wanted it. For Kristen and I, almost 7 weeks ago, we were informed by the company that we were coaches with for over 14 years, with Beachbody, the company that changed our life, supported our livelihood, that they were shutting down the coaching network, the multi-level marketing network arm of their business, of their company. And that meant to my wife and I that effective the end of this year, we are losing that whole source or stream of income, which has been a substantial part of supporting our family and 3 daughters for the past, 12 of the last 14 years when we really went all in and built the business. And you know what? It is very easy when I was in the moment when we found out to be angry, upset, and mad. But I had to find the gratitude, and this is why. If it wasn't for Beachbody, I wouldn't be a keynote motivational speaker because Beachbody is the one that offered me the opportunity to start sharing my story with them. If it wasn't for Beachbody, I would not be in the physical condition I am today and learning about health and wellness the way I do because they introduced me to workouts that I was able to do that changed my life. If it wasn't for Beachbody, I wouldn't think the way I do when it comes to seeing success and adversity and handling all trials and tribulations because Beachbody taught me as I grew as a leader in the business how important personal development is and having to read personal development books and listen to personal development books and heading to conferences and seminars. And you know what? They can't take that away from me. They can't take away the education and knowledge I learned. They can't take away the skill sets that I learned. But if it wasn't for Beachbody, I would not have these skill sets. If it wasn't for Beachbody, I wouldn't be a speaker. If it wasn't for Beachbody, I wouldn't have many of the chapters that I wrote in my first book, The Leveled Up Life. So in the moment, this was a bad thing that happened to my wife and I, but I'm trying to find the gratitude in it. And isn't it interesting? Isn't it interesting so often in life when you're going through something that's so hard, when you're going through something that's so tough, when you're in it, it doesn't make sense. When you're in it, you're like, why me? But then you look back and you're like, it makes total sense now. Looking back, you can completely understand it. And I can tell you right now, today, my wife is rejuvenated again. She was going through struggles of burnout with Beachbody because she did it so long. And now with the new company that we're part of, with Shackley, she's excited again. Our members of our team are excited again. I haven't seen my wife, this excited and happy and so invested. And she's traveling in just a couple of weeks in December to go to Austin, Texas. And then she's invited to go to like our team leader, team to go to a retreat, and I think it's January, and she's just so excited with all that's going on. And when you're in the moment, you're like, this is why me? Now what we're in now, I'm looking back and I'm like, maybe this was a blessing in disguise. And I have to find the gratitude that this didn't happen to me. It happened for me. It happened for us for two main things. Number one is for my wife to be able to be happy again. And number two is it's something that for me, when I'm speaking and I'm traveling and I'm all in, that's my main focus right now is speaking. I was clinging on to having to do the Beachbody business, and now that was taken away from me. So I have no other choice but to dive, in more to being a speaker, which I absolutely love and fills my cup. And my wife is building this business for us. And, I'm like the background guy because with Beachbody, I was kind of the face. I built the business first, and Kristen joined in. She was very successful as well. We both were doing it, but I was always the front person. I was always the face. And now it's kind of reversed, and I like it that way. So I have to find the gratitude in that obstacle, that trial that we went through just 6-7 weeks ago. So take some time to reflect in the past year and find the gratitude in the things that you've been through. And there's always gratitude that you can find. And then, guys, going forward, everybody has sight. Everybody, unless you have an ailment and you're blind, which maybe that could be somebody, but the vast majority of the world, people have a sight, but not everybody has a vision. And the last time I checked, having a vision is free. And I'm just grateful for the vision of 2025 with some of the events I have booked already, for the events that I believe are coming into my path that God's sending my way. Like, I'm grateful for those events, and I'm excited about the future. I'm excited about the vision of the future, and I'm finding the gratitude in the journey. So often in life we say, when we get here, when I achieve this, then I'll be happy and excited. And for me, no, I'm trying to find the gratitude right now in the present day, in the moment. So I need you also to not only find gratitude from things that happened in the past, also think of the future. And guys, when it comes to the present, I'm going to kind of wrap up with this. You are only, my philosophy, my next book with the title, One Decision Away, you are always only one decision away from starting to find gratitude with where you are in your life. You are alive. If you are listening to this, you are not dead. It means you still have time in your life. You have things to be thankful for. No matter how little you may have, you have things to be thankful for. There are people in this world right now that are afraid to go to bed at night because they're afraid of missiles attacking areas where they live. Think about that. There are wars going on around this world right now. And imagine what that would be like if you have kids and you have to worry about your own family getting killed with missile attacks from other countries. Like, there are always people out in this world who are in much worse situations than you that are finding gratitude in their life, which means you are one decision away right now from flipping the script in your mind and to start finding gratitude for things in your life. That is a fact. So I need you to ground yourself and find gratitude of the things each day. I need you to reflect back of the last 12 months and find gratitude in the things that you've been through. Maybe you had some great wins. That's great. Those are the easy things to be grateful for. My mom, kind of end with this story. My mom said, David, you've been traveling a lot. How many states have you been in speaking? And I said, honestly, you don't know. I don't know. I really haven't kept track because I've been bouncing the last couple of weeks. I've been in Kansas. I've been in Chicago. I've been in Nevada. I've been in Arizona. I've been in Alabama. I'm going to be in South Carolina in a couple of weeks. I've been in Iowa. I've been all over the place traveling. And sometimes it's very easy to go, when's my next speaking event? Where am I traveling? Instead of looking back, and my mother's like, wow, you've been traveling out. Where have you been? I'm like, wow, I've seen some amazing places. I was in Mobile, Alabama last week, met some of the greatest, salt of the earth, nice people, learned that Mardi Gras in this country originated in Mobile, Alabama, not New Orleans, which we would all think. The hospitality of the people, the dinner that I had, it was amazing. And finding the gratitude in that. But just when my mother said that, it made me really try to find gratitude in the moment. And like I'm saying, you're one decision away from finding gratitude because you are here and you are listening to this. So guys, with that, happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the time with your family and friends this week. Again, be where your feet are. Have an amazing time off. Enjoy some downtime. Enjoy the food. I'll tell you what, somebody I'm working with, a nutritionist right now to help me as I'm training for my ultra marathon, and her tip she gave to me, she said, David, you don't need to track your food. Enjoy yourself on Thanksgiving. But if you do want some structure, she said, have mostly high protein foods in the morning, keep the carbs low, and then enjoy your Thanksgiving lunch and dinner. And I kind of like that. So maybe in the morning, it's just kind of eggs and protein and stuff and yogurt. And then in the afternoon, I'll have all the carbs and dessert. So guys, happy Thanksgiving. Hope you find some gratitude in your life. I am thankful. I will end with this. I am thankful for each and every one of you. Thank you for being part of my life. Thank you if you've heard me speak, for attending one of my events. If you're listening to this podcast, thank you. I'm grateful for all of you. I'm grateful for the audience. I'm grateful that I am given this gift to just come right now on a microphone, to be looking at a camera, to be uploading this onto the internet webs of everything, right? So you guys can hear it. I'm grateful for all of you, and I'm grateful for what I have. So guys, thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Personal Perseverance Project. My goal every single day is to help people live up to their fullest potential. So please share this episode, subscribe to my channel, and maybe even leave a review. Be sure to connect and follow me on all my social media channels. And if you would like more information about me potentially being a keynote speaker at your event, or maybe you want to work with me one-on-one as your private coach, be sure to go to my website at davidakinspeaks.com for more information. Thank you.